What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Check it, yo. I always be analyzing to see who's fake. People acting Janus, running around two-faced, talking behind my back until they put in their place. You're a 2-course meal without saying grace on the internet. Talking shit through your fingertips, talking high power till your shine is eclipsed. Trying to ride a wave until your mind is seasick. Cement shoes and your ankles tied with 3 bricks. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, this is real life. I will piss on your grave and throw dick to your wife. This is a warning mixed with some advice. You might be king, but I'm the ace of spades, and you just reneged. This is food for thought, bitch, eat a grenade. This is what people want, to be treated like dirt. I tried being humble, but that was absurd. All the brainless pigeons flock together like birds, pecking for crumbs until they merge with the crossroads and chuck the demi-urge. I think they had enough, I took the trash to the curb. Let the torture begin and watch them burn. Here's the urn.
It's hard to keep it real with fake people. They can take love, mix it with hate, and make evil. I'm staring at 50 shades of gray people. It's a grand deception, like K-Reno. They are who they say they isn't. On the internet, spreading everybody's business through a troll account. Talking foul, not knowing what goes around comes around. The flat out truth is the energy change when I come around. I guess London Bridge is falling down. Hey people, stall him out. We know all about the narrative painting to control the clout. They gatekeepers trying to stop the ones trying to awake people. HOTC.
What if I say Negro? Nah, I'm joking. I wouldn't even say that. What's up, S? I was gonna leave yesterday's stream up, but when they hit me with a copyright with a yellow triangle, I think it's a yellow, whatever it is, I just exit out. It was a good conversation though about white people saying the N-word, and I think Sir Drop should definitely get 2 so-called black people, right, to say "What up, cracker" to each other, make like a joke out of it, something like Dave Chappelle would do. That would be fucking hilarious. Like, so-called white people say the N-word. You know, if you're around your friends and it, you know, that's one thing. But when you leave your area and you travel, there are going to be so-called black people that don't want to hear that shit. And I understand, overstand. Sometimes I got to sit down for that one. So I don't even say it. I was young. I was like fucking, 12? No, probably later than that. I think 13. And then I stopped saying it around 16, 17. I remember it was one of my friends back in the day. His name was LD. Latrell's son. I forgot it anyway. He was from New York City. From what's the name of that Mount Vernon, I think. And I said, "What up, no?" And he looked at me in shock. He's like, "Man, I never seen a so-called white person say that." And I'm thinking, that's bullshit. Because in New York, there's Jewish people, Italian people, German, Polish, Spanish people. I'm curious to know where they get, when they say Spanish people are black too, where do they get that from? All that race-based shit, to me, I don't really care about it. Whatever happened in the past is over. There was scumbag so-called white people and scumbag so-called black people. There's scum everywhere. And I just refuse to, like, I watched this video. I'm going to end it right after this because I know it's boring to people, this topic. But I remember watching a 5% video, and there was a white dude, one out of the whole lodge there. And the interviewer said, "Oh, a white person could be a 5%er," and that wasn't known of, at least when I was growing up. It was hard to get my hands on the 120 lessons and in the Supreme Alphabet. So he was saying, as long as the white dude, I'm trying to find the right word. As long as the white dude basically begs Allah for forgiveness for what he's done to our people. And I'm thinking, what? You gotta be kidding me, man. Dude wasn't even around, wasn't even alive when that shit happened. I respect the 5%ers, but I would not do that. And no disrespect to that guy who chose to do it either. That's his choice, but that's crazy, guys. Yeah, my mother didn't like it at all, man. Even if, well, I never said the N-word in front of my mother, and I never said it aggressively. It was just when I would say "what up" to people, because they were calling me that. When I would see my friends, they'd be like, "What up, my," and I don't even want to say it, but there's millions of other words that can be used, man. Ice Cube said, "That's our word now and you can't get it back." That was funny. He said that to a, I forgot who it was, on a talk show. I've heard it all, man. I've heard I'm trying to be something I'm not. I've had white people call me a wigger, old school white people that were racist. I've seen, I had a friend, he passed away a little while ago, and you know, he was a white, whatever you call that shit. "What's up, Deanna Warren?" And one day I was with him and he said the N-word with the ER, and I was getting in the car. I forgot what the dude did to him. And I'm like, yo, we got in the car. I'm like, bro, don't do that shit in front of me, man. You know, that's mad disrespectful. He's old school, but he's told me there's a difference between a good black man and the N-word. And I'm like, damn. That's what you see it. I guess so. I don't. I've had, even so-called black people say that same thing. Like I said, man, I've heard it all. But if, let's say Chuck was to be like, I love my white people, right? I would automatically be called a racist, right? Because Naga had brought up what's wrong with loving your own people and wanting to, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it, even for so-called white people. But it's just the stigmas that come with it. Even the swastika, man, like people see that symbol and they're so ignorant. Instead of them shutting up and looking up the symbol, which would enlighten them, they automatically say it's racist. It's mind-blowing to me, but that's their choice. But yeah, fuck this topic. It gets that negativity. I forgot what I was going to talk about. The slave ship, the Slav ships. I've heard, I watch Dane Calloway from time to time. He has good content. I watch Bro Sanchez sometimes. Like, I got nothing against these people, but damn. Dane said slavery was a choice. I think I might kind of see it that way, in a way, because working a job is being a Slav, right? Working a job is being a Slav or a slave. My ancestors, my bloodline, came here to work, I guess, right? I'm just saying that I don't know for sure, but that's what they did. They came here and enslaved on all types of jobs. It would be nice if I could ask my family that, but I just want to know why they left Germany. Yeah, I seen through racism at a young age. It depends what the swastika means. I see it as the stars. And no, not just the Big and Little Dipper. I see it as the whole universe spinning over our head. Because I don't subscribe to the basketball going around another basketball. But yeah. Swastika kind of reminds me of Ezekiel's wheel too. But yeah, shit, even Aryan Brotherhoods will tell you they're not racist. But there are some. And to me, that shit is just fucking corny, like. But yeah, I agree. Well, that's how I see it too, as because it worked. Where people are still arguing to this day. We got the dumbest fucking school system for the poor people. We're the dumbest fucking country in the whole world. This is facts. It's just facts. We got the dumbest fucking continent, right? Or country, so they say. Country. The Council of the Tree. country counts as the tree. I'm going to use that in a rhyme because that's what it is. Look it up. Let me get my notes. Ha 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 ha. I was writing down about drugs. I'm gonna make a song about drugs, and I said he took one last line. It was the final straw. Ha ha. Let's see. You know the Nile River or D-Nile? We could do that with any word. And I forgot what I was gonna do here. Son of a bitch. I was gonna write something down, I forgot it. I started talking all this shit. God damn it, man. I could rewind it later. Oh, I forgot to do this. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Sucks. But yeah, the European Slav ships. In this constitution too. We're gonna look that up in a minute. I'm gonna pull up the part where it literally gives you the directions of what to do to treasonous politicians. It's like a green light to get them out of there. But people just feel like this falsified savior is going to come in and solve all the problems that we fucking created, right? If Jesus died for us, what the fuck did it do, right? Nothing. That's what it did. The man died for nothing. I think it's just an allegorical story taken out of context, flipped it around a million times, and people just mold it to use it for their own indoctrination. But yeah, people say Trump, what's up, Max? Trump just gave, I said this yesterday, $150 billion to the rich people, right? But he's for the people. What people? Because it ain't for us. The food prices ain't go down. When people are gonna see these tariffs are already ready. Look at the eggs. $12 for fucking 12 eggs. Or more than that. But either way, prices are gonna skyrocket more. Right? He already stopped the pennies from being produced. How are they too expensive to produce a penny? They're not even copper no more. They're like 0.1% copper, which is nothing. Start weighing pennies. I did this a few years ago. I took a penny from 2020. I took a penny from 1990. And I took a penny from 70s to 60s. And they weigh different. They get lighter and lighter. It just blows my mind that people don't give a fuck that they're going to strip cash money away. Nothing's better than cash in your hand. And I'm tired of people saying there's nothing we can do. As much as I want to pull back and just do me and say fuck everyone, my inner self won't let me be selfish enough to do that. What's up, Max?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, these tariffs, they're just going to fuck everybody over except for the government and the rich people.
Yeah.
It's the only thing
But
it's going
people
to do.
think otherwise.
Yeah.
But
Destroy
I see
small
it
business.
already, the effects.
Yeah, it'll destroy small business. Fucking, yeah. It's just going to hurt the little guy.
Just like 2020 hurt all these small businesses, man.
Yep. Same thing. It's just a continuation, right?
I don't have all the answers. And I sure as fuck don't want to go to war or anything physical to harm people. It would be nice if the court system, you just rip that blindfold off that cunt and we could have equal fucking rights like we're supposed to have. Now, I don't know what part of the Constitution states what to do. It literally gives you like a playbook of what to do to treasonous scumbags. If this was years ago, I would say drag him to the center of the town and chop his fucking nuts off. I mean his head. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to do that anymore.
The tariffs are already raising prices on food. I mean, how are we gonna survive, man? You know, people.
Well, you're gonna get a CBDC and real ID, and that'll save you.
You got YouTube open,
right?
There's an echo. Oh, it's gone. All right, cool. All right, let me see if I could find this Constitution. I didn't even take my phone back, man. I'm just like, fuck it. I should just stop in there and see what they say, but I already got all this shit loaded into the phone, all my music and contacts. I should erase it all.
Yep. You can hit the little button on the top of the phone and that'll reset it.
Yeah. A factory reset.
Then take it in.
It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, here, sir, yeah, no problem. They try their, and that's what I think they did with this phone. I think they fucking repackaged it and sold me a fucking phone that fucked someone up.
Maybe.
That's what I think. Yep. That's what you do to good customers, man. You fuck them over.
Well, yeah, the good customers are easy to fuck over, right? You don't have to worry about them. They're nice people. The pain in the ass customers you got to watch out for.
Let's see if I can find the part of the Constitution that talks about. No, I don't want to go to StreamYard. Yeah, I think that's what was making it overheat. My phone is when I was on the live stream and I had the hotspot on and there was apps open. It was just overworking this piece of shit.
Yeah, that could
or
be.
It could be the new shit they're using in these batteries. It's just cheap. I don't think what is this stuff called?
Lithium.
Yes, lithium. I don't think that's a better way. I think it's a cheaper way.
No, it's destructive. It's destructive. It's destructive, and it can be used as a weapon. You can look up graphene. You can look up graphene. Yeah, you can look up graphene or graphite batteries. They're way better. They last way longer. But they don't want to use them. Yeah, they're going to start using them as soon as they start depopulation, like big time. They'll probably start using them. They don't want like everybody to have decent batteries. Yeah, when the graphene batteries were being developed about 5-6 years ago, I actually made them. You can actually take you can take graphene from as a lubricant from the hardware store and put it on a sheet of paper and you polish it up and it works as a battery.
Wow,
Very
look at
simple
this.
to do.
I asked Google, I said, what part of the, I said, or I didn't say what, I said part of the United States Constitution explains what to do with tyrants. And it said, AI overview says, while the U.S. Constitution doesn't explicitly outline a procedure for dealing with a tyrant, which is bullshit because it does, I've read it. I remember looking up. Why is it echoing? Hold on. Do I have something open?
Could be me because my headphones don't work too well. Another technological glitch.
All right, I closed all my windows. It's gone. I've read the so-called original Constitution, and it stated if a president or politician breaks the law and does a treasonous act, they be terminated immediately on the spot. You know, but people love giving excuses for these tyrants. Oh,
Yep.
he didn't know how evil it was. Get the fuck out of here. He's one of them. He knows exactly how evil.
Yeah.
He's only doing what he's doing because he knows at least 40 or 50%. I would say I'll say 40% of the population is tired and want to put these criminals away or worse. And they know that. So they're going to tell us what we want to hear probably long enough for them to prepare, you know.
Yeah. Well, there are a bunch of politicians that are up on charges. Whether they go to court or anything, I don't know yet.
They'll just go run and hide on the ground. You know, all those islands that were taken off the map, these elite people could have land outside this alleged ice wall where not even the military would know. Because I personally think, you know, the government, these elite people, I just don't get why people really think Trump is not one of them. He throws his gang signs up all the time. They should be hit with the RICO. I was talking to my roommate about that. I said, what's a gang, right?
All of them. All of them. Yeah, it's collusion and racketeering.
Yeah, they've been stealing our tax money, right? The tax money is allegedly our money. So, and another thing I was thinking, if they're truly for the people, why don't they ever fucking ask the people what we want? Or is this okay to do? Or that okay to do? They just do what they want. They're not for the people. I don't give a fuck how many times they say they are. Their actions tell me different.
Yeah. And we just learned recently, if you don't vote right, they just cancel the election.
Huh. And they'll pick someone anyway.
They'll say Russia interference, even though that was disproven. They still barred the guy from running in the elections. Right?
See?
So they just give you the illusion of choice. If you don't choose the right thing, they'll just make you choose again until you choose the right thing.
It says right here, here's a breakdown of how the Constitution aims to prevent and address potential tyranny. It says limited government and enumerated powers. The Constitution limits the scope of government power by specifying which powers the federal government possesses, leaving the rest to the states or the people. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Separation of powers. The Constitution divides governmental powers among three branches: the legislative, which is Congress, the executive, which is the president, and the judicial, which is the Supreme Court. Now, if the people are in power, why the fuck would we have the Congress speak for us or make our decisions without coming to us first? Even if I created the Constitution, I would make sure the people were at the top of everything.
Well, that's what you guys have your Second Amendment for, is for a tyrannical government. You know, they try to say, oh, you don't need a hunting rifle. You don't need a 100-shot hunting rifle. It's not for hunting. It's in case our government becomes a tyrant and we can rise up against them.
Hunting tyranny.
That's exactly what that was put in there for.
Checks and balances. Each branch has the power to limit the power. Each branch has the power to limit the power of the other two, preventing any one branch from becoming too dominant. For example, Congress can pass laws, but the president can veto them, and the judiciary can declare laws unconstitutional. But where the fuck are the people having a say in any of this?
You're supposed to have elected representatives representing you, but they don't. And the Congress has taken over power. They have way too much power now. They gave themselves power, basically to override any of the other legislative branches.
You know, I'm starting to think what Dom and other people say is pretty spot on. When I say the people, I'm talking about us. You know, well, I don't know what other word I could use. Citizen, I'll just say us. But the people they're talking about, I really don't think is us.
No, they're the people. They're the plebes. Yeah, they consider themselves the people and us the plebes.
We can't let any of this go down, man. People don't understand how serious. Oh, it's gonna happen anyway. Stop being a bitch.
Yep.
People don't want to go backwards. They're too comfortable. I think something needs to happen to get people uncomfortable.
That's what it takes.
You need to sleep under a bridge for a week.
I don't know. I thought the pandemic would be enough to wake people up. But no. Some, some.
When we were younger, Max, we would play war games, and it would be dead winter or dead summer, hot. Or I would lay in one spot for hours just to feel how it was to be a sniper without being able to move. And I would tell myself, what if I had to do this, no choice? What if shit fucking ended now? The system fell now. I was out here fighting. I would have no choice. And it's like pushing myself to the limit. I love doing that. Because I know I could do anything when you put your mind to it.
Yep. I got a book. Back to work. Talk to you later, guys.
All right, Max. All right, what else does it say? Impeachment. The Constitution provides a mechanism for removing the president or other federal officials through impeaching, allowing Congress to address potential abuses of power. So the Congress has to address it. There's that word again, congressional. There is always conning somebody. The Constitution, the Congress, the contract, the Congo. No. But yeah, like I said, if the people were the power, why would you put even the people representing you should be under the people? But for some reason, the people aren't meaning us is not mentioned for them to come to us at any point. And that's where I think they fucked up. And if the people are I don't know, man. I just don't see a reason if the people are the power to have the Congress or the courts speak for us. There has to be a way to rip them out of their position. All right, here we go. It says, reeling in the remarkable victory of breaking free of Britain's tyranny. America's leaders had a duty to preserve their hard-won independence. Man, their hard-won independence? They were using their hard-won to get our independence. Yeah, they were fucking us over, all right, with their hard-won. The American Revolution had set about in motion the notion of that the people should have a voice in their own government. Well, it don't look like it. The idea of individual rights and protection of those rights by a system of law guarantees was a breaking out of the box plan. Never in history had a government like that been constructed. The delegates, many who were founding fathers, let's look up that word, founding fathers, the etymology. Founding father. I laugh, it says, because we found this shit. What's up, my black brother? No, I'm joking.
What's up, Charles? Yeah, call me the black ninja. I said, black brother, what's good, bro? Yeah, I'm getting right. I figured I'd hop on for a little bit, bro. I'm ready to head out, man. It's 80 degrees today where I'm at, bro.
I was out and about this morning, and I shit you not, downtown, there was a guy with a bucket and a squeegee, and he was walking down the street going the other way, and I said, holy shit, look at
That's
you,
true,
son. Man, I wanted to ask him, I wanted to talk to him and be like, you know, how are the people out here with giving you work? You know, I wanted to talk to him, but he was down.
If you in the city, bro, you like, I'm about to go, like, I live in the country, but I'm about to go down here to the city. The city's like 25 minutes from where I live at. And I'm about to work all day today. Yesterday, I worked all day yesterday. I was going to go live last night, but I was so goddamn tired, bro. Yeah, you can make it, bro. I made $300 yesterday in 2 hours, man. I started about 12 p.m. yesterday after I got off the plastic machine surgery. I started at about 12. I finished at about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I made about 300 some bucks, bro. Cash money, bro. Just hustle, bro. Like I said, man, go get your squeegee, a bucket like he got, man. Just go door to door, bro. You gonna create a customer, some clientele, bro, and just go back money, bro. Shit, that's money, bro. Cash money. It's kind of like being a waitress, or a waiter, and getting big tips every day. Instead of me making 400 a week, I can make that in a day now. You see what I'm saying, bro? It's a very lucrative business.
Especially with the summer coming too, it's gonna be more business.
Bro, I get busy. I'm busy as fuck in the spring and summer around this time of year when it's warm like that, like this. I'm busy as fuck, bro. Like I got work. Like during the winter time, I'm only working 2 days a week. one day a week. Around this time of year, bro, I'm working every day of the week, man.
It says right here. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Uh-oh. What did I do? Come on, man. Oh man, what did I do? I just had this. Oh. Rebellion to tyranny is obedience to God, wrote Thomas Jefferson. Tyranny is a constant in human history, says Walter R. Newell in his book Tyrants. I want to read that.
Man, the whole governing body, bro, the whole governmental system. Well, mind you, what I just said, governmental. The whole governmental system is based on tyranny. You know, they
Says
embody. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you're right. It says right here, the most common in ancient history, men who claim ownership of an entire country to use for their own pleasure and profit and to advance their own clan or cronies. That's what's happening now in America, but people's minds are so corrupted, probably with the lies, hypnosis, all types of angles, that they're just going to sit back because they truly believe that all the problems that was created, a savior is going to come and solve them all. I was fucking 11 years old when I realized, what are we waiting for this bum to come solve our problems, and we could do it now.
Right. Right. Yeah. The government create the problem, and then they act like they're the savior. They act like they're the Christ, and that's like psychopathic. That's that's the embodiment of a psychopath in itself. Like, you create a fucking problem, and then you act like you saving somebody, and you the one that created the fucking problem. Like, that sounds real. That sounds like diabolical, man, to me. Like, that's like me in my house creating a problem in my house and then act like I'm gonna save everybody. Everybody's gonna look at me like, man, you piece of shit. You don't want to put us in this situation. Now you're gonna fix it. No. See what I'm saying, bro?
I like how you brought up that the lies are in the library. The book of lies. I was trying to fit that in one of my rhymes. When you had mentioned that, I said, damn, how come I never put that together? But you know what a brewery is, right? I looked it up, etymology. I separated the words from lie and then brewery. A brewery is a hold on, I got it in my phone. I screenshotted it to make sure I wouldn't. I'm gonna pull it up.
The etymology's a motherfucker, bro. You start looking up the etymological meanings for these words, bro. You start finding out real truth, like they hide so much truth with these words too, man. It's crazy.
I thought this was noteworthy. Hey, the fuck? Oh, no wonder I loaded up in the wrong one. I'm like, what happened to the fucking? I put that in the background one instead of the face.
What's up, Deanna, bro? 502 stand up, man. What's good, Deanna, bro? What's just happening?
All right. It says brewery, right? They're spelling it different, but it's still brewery. Is an adjective for thorny and tangled. So a library. They're literally like pricking you. The library. It's like,
Wait a minute. You said it means thorny and tainted. Let me read this. It says prickly, spiny, thorny, armed. That's crazy, bro. I never knew that. That's crazy.
yeah. It's like a man, and if those thorns got venom, like I said, where did I put this? I put it down for notes. I was thinking I knew you wouldn't be able to hear me.
What happened?
Let's see, can I do this?
I thought you like borging out or something.
No, this shit won't let me split my screen, man. It keeps telling me my phone's too hot. What? How? How is my phone too hot to split a screen? This shit's
Yeah,
fucking retarded. I'm about to
that shit
take
is
this phone
retarded.
back and smack that bitch with this shit.
And my phone was doing that last summer, bro. I'd be outside doing a panel. It'd be like 100 degrees outside. The phone quit working while I'm on live.
Man, I feel like people take advantage, like I'm a sucker or something. Then the chicks better hope she didn't sell me no dud. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel like Hurricane JW, man. Fuck the government, man.
I said, I look within. I am the one. No, I said, I look within. I am God, the one, Neo. Hold on. I gotta keep.
What's that one song? 1 in a million. You 1 in a million. 1 in a million. Or what? 1 in a million. It hit your mom. It hit that the fertilizer egg. 1 in a million, bro. 1 in a million. That's fucking. They can see this shit for what it is, bro.
But I was just basically saying, I was thinking about the thorns in the brewery part of the library and how grabbing that book will prick you. Made me think of a snake bite with venom. Once you upload these books, it's like a virus. It's like a snake bite, right? With venom. The venom is the virus. It's crazy. It's very detrimental. Like, I used to always hear the older ladies, you know, be careful what you watch on TV. And I used to be like, what are these nutbags talking about? Right? I used to think they were losing their mind or becoming like old people. And I would go to my gramps and these old people would be so medicated up. You know, it wasn't Alzheimer's. It was the fucking stuff they were given, but even Alzheimer's, but yeah, man, I thought these old people were crazy, but they weren't. Once you upload something, it's probably, you know, you can probably erase certain memories, but at what cost? I know for one thing, I'm not letting no government erase my thoughts. What was the actress's name? Damn it. I think I saved the page. It's a real place. She said she goes to this wellness place in California, so I looked it up, and it is a real place that does stuff to I'm gonna get the name and then I'll put it. I'll either put it in the comment after this video or I'll put it in the description. But there is a place that you can get something with your mind, or they could erase stuff. People, anyone watch that new James video where these people are allegedly eating fucking mermaids. That's fucking hilarious. Now, I'm not saying a mermaid, you know, exists or it don't exist. I don't know. But I know one thing, on a lot of old maps, there's all these different creatures, you know. Just like some old maps, there used to be Titan trees. I got an old map. It's not even from the US, it's from another country. I think it's from Asia. And it was some old book. And I got pictures of these. It's showing Titan tree trunks. It's clear as day in these fucking old book. Somebody said they cut those trees down so people couldn't climb them for the flood. That's probably the best explanation I've heard. Or they were cut down so they could use these trees for certain things. Because I don't think these Titan trees were wood, like some of them maybe, but they seem to be something different. Who knows what the truth is, but anyway, I was gonna play that video of I forgot the guy's name that has a fishing boat. He sounds like he had a Boston accent. But I wonder, I forgot the guy's name, but they took his channel down. And then the same week his channel got struck down for disobeying guidelines. And all he did was post stuff of mermaids on his fishing vessel. The government went on his boat and said they were doing inspections. I don't know. Anyone could say anything nowadays, but it's a possibility. Because allegedly rich people be eating. And the old Japanese story is if you eat a mermaid, you'll live. It says forever, but maybe you'll live longer. Who the fuck knows? Mermaids. He was recording these things swimming on the side of side of his boat, and my first thought was dolphins. Dolphins like to follow boats. Not only dolphins are probably trying to communicate with the radio system on the boat. You know, dolphins use telepathy to communicate. They send signals to each other. And they speak too, they make sounds and shit, but for the most part, they're like traveling fucking ships with. What's up, Candy? Oh yeah, Candy put a good video out yesterday, man. And I've been telling people this for years. When I seen Candy find this video, I don't know where you got it, Candy, but thank you. I remember seeing that early morning, and then it was quickly taken away. And I'm gonna get the other clip of the planes being in it. It's the same fucking clip. When they zoom in, all of a sudden the plane shows up when they altered it. But yeah, this is footage, raw footage. I even downloaded it in case they try to take it down. Yeah, the 9/11 one, yep. You're muted, True Sound.
Oh, my bad, bro. I was brushing my teeth and shit and getting ready, bro. I didn't want to think I was ignoring you, man.
Let me see. I think I got the video here. Let's see. Bing bong.
What's today, bro? What's today? Today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Why isn't it video here, man? Come on, man. This thing's here, but not my video. Like, what the fuck? What the hell?
I smoked that chapstick in here. Damn. Damn, lips dry as fuck. You ever play video, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace. On my Hurricane JW shit, man. Fuck the government, man. Fuck the system, man. If they ain't talking about giving me 40 acres and a mule, they can suck a horse dick. They ain't talking about giving my 40 acres and a mule, some resources, they can suck a horse dick. I don't listen. But a lot of people, a lot of different panels I go to, man, they keep up with what the president does, the government does. I don't keep up with none of that shit. I be confounded sometimes when I be hearing them talk. I don't give a fuck what the government do, man. I don't give a fuck. I need my 40 acres and a mule. What's up? Peace. Peace, Brandy. Yeah, I'm thinking about going live later on, man, doing a panel later on. It just feel like on days like this where it feels good like this, I don't like doing panels. I like being outside on days like this. But I'm like later on, I'm thinking about doing one like when it cools down. Days like this, I don't like doing panels and shit like that. Well, I want to know my boy Charles went. Charles, where you go, bro? Where you go, broski? Yeah, fuck the government, man. They ain't playing first, so why should I? Why should I pay taxes if these billionaires, these oligarchs, these motherfuckers like that ain't paying fucking taxes? They drink, they shit, they eating baby body parts, drinking baby blood. Why the fuck should I? They don't follow the rules. Why should I follow the rules? Right? I didn't even follow the rules in high school, our middle school, our elementary school. I never followed the rules. I never was a complacent or compliant sheep. I always spoke my mind. I always been a thorn in their side. Yeah, if I die and come back, I'll do it again. I'll be a problem to the system again if I die and come back. I'll do it again, man. For sure, for sure. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Hey Charles, hey, if you hear me, bro, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I got shit I gotta do, bro. I gotta get on the road right now, man. Peace out. Shout out to everybody, man. Salute. I'm out.
Man, my bad. I had to go grab this video. All right, now I know I downloaded it yesterday. Now, what if they would have taken it down? I would have been fucked. But I got it. Yeah, this is hardcore evidence right here. But people will deny it and be like, "Oh, it was whatever." Fuck the people who don't. Anyway, here's Candy's footage. Now I'm gonna play it again, but I had to pause it there. You see when I was zooming in, and that's exactly when in a helicopter, when they showed the footage of this alleged plane coming in, they used that footage when they were on a helicopter zooming in. I remember there was no plane in sight, and then the thing zoomed in, and all of a sudden a plane appeared. Yeah, that was for people who could see through the nonsense. And right now, just zooming in, the plane would have appeared, and then it would have went bing bong.
Wow. That apparently does look like it is in the other building at this point. Back off. They're telling us to back off.
Well, there you have it. No planes. I've been saying this for years. And by them, that video back then, it wasn't able to be found because there wasn't access to stuff like today. So since my first go-to was, let me see who designed this building or buildings, and I started looking up what it takes to have steel melt. You start learning how hot fires burn. This real research. How many plane hits could these buildings take? What were they designed? You know, and all this stuff. And then you got the person who designed the building come out and say, there's no way the plane would have made it through the building with all the concrete, especially the type of concrete. Like, I had a million questions that exact morning. Like, why is there why didn't the plane like break in half and fall to the ground? Like, I had all these common sense. I thought the building was gonna, like, when they hit that area, I thought it was gonna just fall over onto all the other ones, but instead it did the impossible. But yeah, that's a good clip Candy found, man. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, Candy, man. I appreciate that clip. Yeah, that's why I don't know. I talk my shit and complain here and there, but not as much as I used to, because I really don't see any point. No matter what I say and how I feel, isn't gonna change a fucking thing. Yeah, I know the high-rise concrete is mixed with almost like a plastic. It's bomb-proof, waterproof. Like, of course it's waterproof, but this concrete is, man, it's like mixing a plastic with it. You get what I'm trying to say? It like hardens it. Like, it's hard to explain. You can hit it with a hammer and it won't start chipping, or it's wild, man. That concrete would have it would have stopped that plane pretty much in its place, and it would have fell to the street for the most part. I remember like arguing with people back in the day. They didn't do dick for research. They didn't look how hot flames burn. They didn't look up how hot not gasoline, jet fuel burns. Like, And then dude was like, you could hold a steel beam on burning jet fuel for years and it won't do anything. Like, there's so much evidence to there was no pardons either for any of these people, Bush or any of them. But most people wouldn't want to bring something up to indict these people for fucking treason. Lime burn. Where's that picture I got of Trump? Pictures are, I don't know. Let's see. Boop. Boop. Let's get this out of here. Let's do this. Then let's do this, dude. And then this, dude. Dude, the fact, man. Yeah. Yeah. I was watching Autodidactic yesterday. And he had such a good video on old technology and architecture. Shout out to Autodidactic, man. I love his videos. This is a screenshot from his video. This building is fucking awesome. Now, when he zoomed in, it kind of looked like the plane was further from the building, but it looked like it was placed there almost. People say they didn't have Photoshop back then. Yes, the fuck they did. It's called overlaying negatives. It's no different from a lot of the. It's what you do with videos. You could overlay a video, right? You could take two separate videos and overlay. It's what they've been doing in Hollywood a lot too. Green screen, overlaying fucking videos, and they blend it. It's like giving the fucking video a haircut. Blend that shit in. But yeah. Except they did that with negatives and overlaid shit. Overlap. But this is Trump. I forgot from what magazine this is. But it says it all right there in people's face, man. Not only did they use the bird, they should have used a two-headed bird. But either way, people should know what's up. And then there's a Dogecoin, or what is that on the bird's chest? But look at Trump. He's got a burning dollar bill in his hand, and he's throwing gasoline on the cash money. But he's for the people, man. Yeah. Once that cash money's gone, you might as well bend over and let the government fuck you in your ass. Yup. I need one of these bad boys. Man, but anyway, to the Constitution part, I should have. I'm gonna see if I could dig that out. I hope it hasn't been like cleaned up, because it's funny AI saying there is no in the Constitution. It doesn't explain how to get rid of tyranny, but I read it clear as day. I can't wait for all the people. Anyway. I think it's odd that on 9/11, the same day that happened, that album came out by Killer Army called Fear, Love, and War. And if people know who Killer Army is, well, this is one person from Killer Army. His name was the Puerto Rican terrorist, but he changed his name to Don Pacino. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, and what was the other album? It was Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, and shit, I forgot this other album's name. I gotta look it up. Quiet Wars, then it was Dirty Weaponry, and then that one on September 11th. I didn't even know that shit came out on September 11th, their third album. I was disappointed. Killer Sin, I don't even know if he's home yet. He's supposed to come home. One of the members and one of the best. I liked all the members, but my favorite were Killer Sin and Puerto Rican Terrorist, and then Ninth Prince. But damn, he's been in prison a long time. That Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, I feel like they named the album that purposely because they knew people were gonna find out that that's an actual book. And it's almost like reading The Pale Horse or other books that pretty much show you what the system is. It shows you what the system really is. And I get it. People will be like, they got families, Chuck. You know, they're trying to take care of their families too. And what does that matter? When you make decisions in life, especially, you know, throw the RICO at them. It's like they would do to us. So whoever was involved with them poisoning the water, they'll all go down. Like, I'm supposed to feel bad because they got family. You think those motherfuckers gave a fuck when they were poisoning us? Definitely not. The children have nothing to do with it. They'll be fine. Look at George Bush. You know it's wild? 2 times 2, or 2 plus 2 is 4, right? Plus 3 is 7. A 7 is a G. A G is a Mason, right? Or God, because you are God. But yeah, it adds up to a 7. I think that is wild. Because not only do the Masons use the 7 or the G, so does the 5% Nation. They don't really use the G, they just use the 7 more. Now, I've always wondered, are the 5%ers mocking the Masons, right? Or are they one and the same? What's people's opinions on these lodges? Do these lodges mock each other over hatred, or are they working together to keep are they working together to front like there's hatred upon each other or upon them to keep us arguing, right? But all the hate, like, you know, rappers, they'll do fake beefs just to attract more attention. What's up, Tommy, Maggot, Jay Heighton, Flat Earth Nation? Peace to everyone. All right, Candy, thanks for coming by. It's good to see you, man. Have a great day with you and your grandson. Like, I used to argue with my mother's boyfriend. I kind of call him my stepfather because, you know, even my grandfather was like my grandfather and my father. This guy Pete used to drop jewels. And one thing he used to always press is don't get arrested. Don't get arrested. You need to get your pistol license or this and that. And I would argue with him and be like, but it says I can bear arms, right? And even now I argue that. Because the Constitution isn't supposed to be altered. When did they start altering it, and who allowed that? I think they realized how powerful the people, meaning us, really were with all these guns. So they had to do a way to chip away at all these weapons. But I personally don't think the military can defeat. Look, and I'm not saying go to war, but I'm just making a point. When you go overseas and get your ass whooped by barefoot people, I mean, it's fucking hilarious. And the US stays making these mistakes, always in somebody's business, trying to go to their land, and they get their ass whooped every time. They don't learn. And I watched some interviews of these soldiers, and damn near every interview I've watched, at least a little more than half of them admit that they figured out we should have never been there. And that says a lot. They never found no oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. It's WOMD. I thought it spelled womb for a minute. Weapons of mass destruction. But they didn't find any of those. The only weapon of mass destruction was George Bush. What a scumbag that guy is. And the day they threw a shoe at his fucking dome was the funniest day. Because that's the most disrespect in their country. People, they think shoes are filthy, which they are. That's why they take them off for you going to a holy place for respect. Which America has lost all respect for everything. Watch videos on YouTube of soldiers in Ukraine. I was watching some, and I shit you not, the guy asked at least 10 people, why did you join the army? And 7 of them said for a green card. So that's going to tell you nobody's really joining the fucking military anymore after the Middle East. I can't stand the government. I don't think that'll ever change. Ever. More like HATE. I waste a lot of energy hating them, but until justice has been served, I just won't. It ain't just about me either. It's about millions of other people who went through the same shit. Like I say, if I steal a piece of gum, they're gonna throw me in prison for a year. Not that long, but still, I'm gonna go to prison. But you could dump fluoride in the water and tell people it's good for them, and then they get sick and start croaking, but that's fine. They'll be like, it's your fault, you bought it. You know, they worry so much. This is a hypocritical, I'm gonna explain. They complain about what drug addicts put in their body. Well, what about the poison that's being put in our bodies from the grocery store? Why aren't they looking into that? Damn. That looks like a mushroom. I started staring. I'm stoned too. I was staring at the H. And where the halo's at the top, it looks like an umbrella, a stem with the umbrella top or a mushroom. I'm like, damn, what am I seeing? Shrooms. Let's see what the chat says. The only problem I have about shoes off, I need to have socks. My feet are free of fungus and other people's crap. Man, I worked for this bus company about, god damn, it's been that long already? Fuck, 14 years ago. Damn, it's been that time floated. Seems like yesterday, 2010. Well, it's really 2009. I worked there about a year and a half until they let me go. Right when I hurt my back. And yeah, I know I should have sued them, but it's not easy to get a lawyer. Anyway, who cares about that? Me and the boss would bump heads a lot because I was way nicer than him at my job. And I was really trying to move up. So he didn't really like me, so he would put me outside, meaning I had to use the power washer to wash. I would pull pictures up, but you know, if you ever seen a bus, right? Not a school bus, a fucking charter or coach bus, or even a city bus. We did a few of them too. I did coach buses, charter buses, and city buses at night. We did like 43 buses a night, sometimes more. Some buses had bathrooms, the red ones. I don't know in other states, but in Connecticut, it was this company, DATCO. They had red buses. They had a couple of black buses with tents that had a stripper pole. They had granite tables, mirrors, lights. It was stocked with soda. These buses are expensive to rent. They had Sprinter vans just like that to rent. And then they had like I said, the big red ones. And they had these other buses with bathrooms too. I forgot. They're more like charter buses. They would go from city to city, and then, but I forgot my goddamn point to this. Oh yeah, my feet. So my feet would get wet, even though I had steel toe boots, steel toe, don't stop water, and they were water resistant. But after a while, or actually, I think they were waterproof. Up to, it was like, yeah, it didn't cover my whole. It was waterproof up to a certain part. But anyway, the point is my feet would still get wet. And yeah, my toes were terrible, man, from the water. From my skin always being wet and shit, it would fuck your feet up. My toenails are wild. Huh. But yeah, water will do a number on your foot, your feet. If your feet are wet for 9 hours a fucking night, it's terrible. Yeah, I know those rubber boots. The reason why I didn't wear them is because I was always going in and out of buses. Sometimes people would call out. So not only am I working outside, sometimes I have to do two people's jobs. He would put, I'll explain how it worked. I'll pull up a picture of a bus just to explain. It was a good fucking. All right, let me see if I can pull up these pictures. Sweet. All right. Boom. We got this one. Let me see. All right. We got that one. Got this one. And we got this one. All right, I got one more. I wonder if they got the black bus to rent in here. That fucking thing was dope. Ho ho ho. Is this it? Yes, it is. Wow, this is one of them. All right, now we'll pull up. Wait a minute. Anyway, I'm not going back to pull up one more bus. I'm just gonna show y'all the buses I did and what I did and how I should have been a supervisor, but there was two so-called black guys that were bosses. And they're, you know, they looked out for each other. They weren't letting anyone take their position. But I guess he felt as though it was a threat. So any reason, and me and Rob were cool. That was his name, Rob, in the beginning. But so this is one of the bus right here. The double. Actually, when we had one of those, or not we, Daco had one. When I was just about, when I was a year in, yeah, they had one of these, but not by now. They should have tons of them. But I would do buses like this, but the ones like this were all white. Maybe now they're different and changed. So we would do second shift. Actually, did most of these, but sometimes there would be a few in the morning that needed to be done. And we would do those, and then there was like 7 city buses because New Britain has a contract with city buses, but there's also CT Transit that's in Hartford, and they have a contract with the city, so it's weird. But these buses right here got toilets in them. So you see the front wheel, or I would say the fender for the front wheel, that beginning part of the fender, they had these long brushes, right? Long stick, and you would have to soap up from, because the machine, even though it would come down the front and up, it didn't do a good job. So we would soap from that one wheel all the way around to the other wheel, and then we would rinse it off, and he would put one guy doing, sometimes one guy on all the windows themselves, but there's a cheat code to these windows. If you walk outside and look up on an angle, you could see all the fingerprints and shit, and then I would remember what windows I had to do. Then you would have someone sweeping. There's no rugs in these anymore. They took all the rugs out. So someone would be sweeping, you know, and then someone did the seats. I forgot what we used to do to the seats. I think someone would wipe them off, but someone was sweeping, and then they would mop it and then spray the seats with a scent. And 2 people on the windows or 1, and then you got the guy outside, which worked with the guy in the bus that was mopping. When they pull the bus in, you got to dump the toilet, you got to check the oil. There's a lot of shit to do with these fucking things. This was the other type of bus. The second shift did these, but we would do some of these too. But anyway, it's a good job. You're guaranteed 40 hours a week. Back then, they started me at 14 an hour. If you work anything over 40, it's time and a half. Even though most of that gets taxed. They had a week paid vacation, and then you had a week of sick days. Separate. So that's like 2 weeks of paid vacation every year. And then you would have paid holidays. So, and if you worked on a holiday, you're getting time and a half. And even if you worked on a holiday, you still got your 3 days off. I forgot how that worked, man. Cause shit, I've worked on Christmas. People be like, how, Chuck? Cause you don't work the night before Christmas. You gotta come in Christmas night. 3rd shift job. Sucked. But nah, seriously, it was a dope job. Because even if there was 5 buses to do, there's a couple times we would just sit around and do nothing. Like if there's a blizzard, you still had to go to work. There would have been a few times, but there's always something to do. He would send us out to the yard and just go to the bus. And then I was so good at my job, they started putting me in detail, and that's when you strip the buses. You go in there, you got to take all the seats out, literally strip the whole bus. All the seats are coming out right off the track. You got to scrape and strip the floor, like that type of shit. That's how I hurt my back. If you ever been in a bus like that, they have handicap seats, which are heavy as fuck. They're heavier than a regular double seat. And I tried to lift it by myself, and I didn't bend my knees, and I fucked my back up. And I worked through the night and didn't say nothing. I couldn't afford to miss work. Because even when I called that night, I was supposed to come in, but I couldn't even get up. My back was hurting so bad. I could barely breathe. And she's like, why didn't you report it? And I told her because I couldn't afford to miss work. But I think they were scared I was going to sue them. Because some lady, imagine getting sued, right? There's this lady that worked with us. She fell. It was a bus like this. That's why they started get steel toe boots and non-slip. Because she fell down these stairs on the door and broke, I think it was her hip or her leg. One of the two. But she sued fucking DACO, right? Then DACO couldn't fire her. So after she sued and got paid, they still had to let her work. Yo, that's wild. And the bosses didn't like her. And she would show up with her head high every day. And I respect her for doing that. Because she could have quit after getting sued or not have to work. She got a good chunk of money. People used to joke with me and be like, Chuck, man, kick it to her. She got mad, though. I ain't gonna lie, I got a ride home from her twice, but she wasn't. Nah, I wasn't doing that. But anyway, that's my story of DACO. It's a good fucking job. If anyone lives in Connecticut, go there. They got good benefits, very good benefits. 401k, everything, man. If you want to be a slave and be a comfortable, good slave, that's a place to work. I'll admit that. What's going on here? Fucking people upstairs or something else. Big ass lead feet. It's like they're walking around with fucking weights on their feet. 90-pound dumbbells. I wrote a verse for that track, that Hurricane JW. I feel like, damn, JW laid that verse down real quick, and I'm still finding something to fit to it. I wrote a dope verse, but it don't fit to the beat the way I want it. So when I get off of here, I'm gonna see if my other verses are on that chip, man. I hope so. Because the chip started fucking up. I forgot it's a if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 50 gigabyte chip. Cost me a lot of money, almost $50. And it's starting to fuck up. From the times I dropped the phone and it would unhinge the fucking chip. This is a cheap phone. And you're not supposed to disconnect the chip unless you eject it. And when I dropped the phone, it would unhook itself. So now, at some point, it wasn't letting me transfer files or erase them. So I need a new chip. It'll let me play stuff, but it won't let me. We'll see. Maybe it was just the phone. I hope so. But I got to get that verse done so I could send Hurricane a different beat. And I got to work out something with Sir Drop. I personally think on these tracks, Sir Drop is like, it's not going to sound good because we're using that app. But I personally think, from my own experience, you could go with the app, you could go into every sound and excuse me, level it out or make it sound, you know, put a filter on it. That's wild. I downloaded the fucking Black Bus, the show, and it didn't even attempt to upload. Bastard. I got something funny though. I'll put this one there. Boom. Ah, they shrunk it. That ain't cool. I gotta change the what's up, Mark? Damn, Mark. I still do bus runs in the morning when I'm going to work or if I gotta go somewhere. There's a lot of people on the internet, right? That be downing people and shit. Like, this dude's a bum, he rides the bus, or look at this one, he's doing this, man. He's a loser, or he's this and that. And then people must be very unhappy with themselves, so they down other people to make themselves feel better, like they're. That shit's sad. They must look in the mirror and be disappointed. And I'm not saying looks. I'm just saying they're disappointed with themselves, what they see within. And that has nothing to do with anyone here. I'm just saying. It has nothing to do with anyone in particular either. I'm just talking about the channels out there that even people be having live streams and they be just dogging people. I'd be like, damn. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't even react to people like that. Maybe when I was younger, I definitely would react, but I see through all that shit now. Shit, I see now. Get the track clean, Maggot said. I see now, like, when I take the bus, I could tell the people who did the buses the night before, they didn't clean them. or the back would be smoking because they either put too much oil or the bus has no oil. Like they don't even do their job right. Like I remember my boss saying, you know, if you put too much oil and blow the engine out, it's gonna come back on you. You were working outside that night. And I remember one time he told me a story. You know how like the gasoline, you could click the thing and it'll keep pouring that little lever where you could put it down and walk away. I forgot how it went, but he had locked it and he let it pump on its own. And I don't know if he was high or what, but he had walked away for a second. And when he came back, I forgot how many gallons overflowed. This is diesel too. These buses take over 100 gallons of diesel on each tank, I think. But yeah, the parking lot was filled with diesel. He had to pay for that shit out of his fucking check. That's wild. But he didn't get fired. I would have fired him. I wonder if I went back there, if he would give me a job. I heard through the grapevine that he's still working there. And when I worked there, he was there 10 years, this guy. And he bragged about all the time how, I forgot what he was in prison for, but he used to brag on a good note to the youth that were working there, to the younger men, that you could fuck up in life and still better yourself. I forgot how long he was in prison for. I forgot what he did. I think it was murder. I don't remember. I don't want to like. But then he stayed out of trouble for 10 years and he got expunged or whatever. He had to open the case. I don't remember what he did, to tell you the truth, but he got it. I think it's called expunged. But it cost a pretty penny. And if you pay for it and they don't expunge it, you ain't getting your money back. So that's the problem with that. And it's like 5 or 10 grand. Maybe it's different in other states, but damn, so that means he's been there, if he's still there, 25 fucking years. That's a dedicated Slav. I'll use the bathroom. I'm gonna put a song on while I go use the bathroom.
I came on the feet.
H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. My ideology is just an idea of the shit I run like diarrhea, waking up non-believers. And I'm not talking about Jesus neither. I got my dad and my mother's features. I use my nose to measure evil, the treasure keeper. My mind thoughts measure deeper, but higher than Ebenezer. Weapon squeezer, lesson teacher. I've risen from what's left from reefer. You can feel the chakras forming space right between us. I travel veins, and the ending's just beginning. Now we need ventilation just to walk the nation. We facing elimination. I'm looking at this shit sideways. Now we witnessing tidal waves. Mass destruction. Mother Earth going to war against the wrong people. Praying's out of the question, we had our chance to. And everything from worlds beyond this atmosphere. Writing hieroglyphics, a descendant building a pyramid with my brain. Like them Egyptians, the core of my mind enables me to travel back in time. You know the body stopped, but the soul will never die. 2,000 years ago, I was here, but in a different life.
I came on the beat.
All right, perfect. Let me drop the link. I wonder what Max does for work. I forgot. Anybody see the celebrity bowling with? No, I didn't. What's up, Native? He bowled all strikes. I ain't gonna say it's impossible, but it's unlikely. You don't even see professionals do that shit. I've done that in a video game, back to back to back. I forgot what video. It's on my phone. This bowling game. My friend that passed away put me onto that game. My friend Dan. In 2016, I was playing that shit on my phone. I was hooked. It's called PBL something. It's a dope game. You get a ring, and every time you bowl a 300, you get a diamond in your ring. I had like 3 rings. And you earn bowling, different type of crazy bowling balls, and it's pretty dope. Yo, dude, what the fuck? The fuck is your problem, dude? Does anyone know what his problem is? Fire in the bowl? That's the bowling I like to do. Two generations. Your grandson. Oh, and your youngest son. Yeah, 2 generations. Including you would be 3 generations. Yeah, before I die, I'm gonna have a child. I'm still young, man. People be like, that's old, yo. You're 43. You're old, man. That's fucking young. Only in America do they say 40 is old. America, I used to think was the best country in the world, and it has its ways. I mean, it has its reasons it can be. But if you want to be smart or intelligent, it's not the country to be in. You're going to go to school and become dumb. I guess it's all up to you to be intelligent or not. But Trumpity Trump. How many people did Trump fool, man? His magic is powerful, man. That's why they chose him to tell the people what they want to hear. and make them believe that he's for the people. He fooled mad people. When he crashes the dollar, I can't wait to hear people's excuses for that one. Oh man, it's not his fault, man. It's the banker's fault. Which is true. But yeah. Trumpity Trump took a dump on the people. Excuse me, Mr. Trump. What are you doing with our tax money? We're gonna go to a hermaphrodite play today on your tax money. That's what they said the Democrats were spending money on, was hermaphrodite parties. Or they would have, not hermaphrodite, was the transgender parties. Yep, that's where our tax money's going, to transgender cocaine parties. It's going to Ukraine. It's going to the Jewish people. It's going to fucking the Middle East. It's going to everywhere but our fucking pockets and our country. But don't worry. Jesus will save us all soon. Now, let me stop clowning Jesus, man. Trump will save us all soon. Because, you know, I make my jokes, but Jesus' teachings, you know, have taught me a lot, you know. But people really believe Trump's going to save this country. He's already destroying it. All the Trumpettes, man. Why did he give 150 billion to the rich and give us not a fucking dime? People in China get beat and thrown in work prisons for seeking their mind. Here we get a slap on the old hundo. The hundo fund called the ticket. Yeah, I learned something new about these tickets too. What the guy was saying. Yeah, it's something about the cops is the main signature on a ticket. So if you don't pay it, the cop pays for it. Every ticket I've ever gotten, I've sent it not guilty. Every ticket. One time they made me go to court for the ticket and it got dismissed in court. My gramp saved me on that one. My gramp was like, he went in there and sunned the judge. I shit you not. If we had cameras back then in the 90s, it would have been worth recording. My gramp sunned Judge Scheinblum. I'll never forget that judge. I ain't gonna lie, the many times I had to go in front of that judge, he put the fear in me. Because of all the folklore people would say when I was in jail of him playing a violin, when he would pull the violin out and play it. Or he would one time allegedly, the guy had a striped shirt on and he asked the guy, how many stripes you got on your shirt? And the guy was counting them, 1, 2, and he was done. It was like 35. And he goes, that's how many years you're going to get. Or I've heard the guy says, you see that tree out there? And the guy looked. He goes, there's no tree out there, even though I don't know how that's possible because you couldn't see outside unless you opened the door. But anyway, the guy allegedly said there is no tree out there, and Judge Scheinblum said there will be when you come home. Damn! But yeah, and it was because I got arrested for narcotics. And word on the street is the judge's daughter passed away from OD. And that's why they had drug charges, they feared that man because he was smoking boots. But he'd be like, Mr. Waz, you're back again. Yeah, religion. When you look at religion, man, when you keep, I don't even want to say it like that, but to me, all that shit should be personal. All that going to church and passing the basket, it's all about money, man. It's the biggest business and the biggest bullshit ever. They took the Bible and twisted it. Who knows how many times that book's been rewritten, stuff taken out, stuff added. Just like racism, religion was created to do the same thing. How much war has been created over religion? Resources. The triple R's. Racism, resources, and religion. Right? No, I didn't see it. I didn't get a picture. Oh, that's right. I got a new number. I'm going to text you right now, Native. I forgot. Let me text you right now. Because my old phone broke. Well, I just sent it. I remember this kid, man, when I was locked up as a youth. It was me. Actually, for a while, I was the only so-called white boy there until this other. I always forgot. Where was that little kid from? I always forget his name, man. I tried to remember it for years. And then there's this other white kid who came later from West Haven. I'll never forget him because he hated black people. And I fucked him up for dropping the N-bomb. They were going to beat the soul out of him, and I saved his life. I told him, nah, man, let me beat him up. Because they would have destroyed him. I should have let him, but I wanted to beat him up. But yeah, the little I was gonna call him a little kid. The young man would be like, something about Mother Mary was a prostitute. I forgot how the whole thing would go, man, but in the end, that's what he was saying, was Mother Mary was a prostitute. Damn. I always think about this kid Lorenzo, man. He was from Hartford. It was me, him, and one other guy that was from the center of the state. Everyone else was from Bridgeport and New Haven, which was terrible. I hated Bridgeport, I ain't gonna lie. Because I had a problem every fucking day. I had an issue with somebody. My probation officer set me up on that one. Nice. Damn, that's a nice piece. Native. That's nice. I'm going on some vacation this summer. Maybe I'll go to the, I almost called it the reservoir, the reservation. I would love to go hunting and learn a few tricks of the trade out there in survival. And go to the shooting range. Firing guns are fun, man. You know, and to me, that makes America, man. That's what makes us better than every other country. But if we're not careful and people don't wake the fuck up and get their head out of their fucking ass, we're like a quarter of an inch from losing everything. You know, if people were smart, we would be able to come together and tell them their election to go fuck themselves, that we don't want none of these people in power. But people don't have the balls. Not anyone here, I'm just saying other people that yeah. Yeah, it's a possibility, Native. I question all. All I know is one thing, man. Whatever's said in these books truly don't matter. In my eyes, my opinion. As long as you treat people good and with respect, and you treat Mother Earth good with respect, you know, what else more can you do? And respect yourself and treat yourself good. Like if Jesus did come back, I personally think, let's say Jesus did come back, I think he would turn around and leave. He would see all these people bombarding him, begging him to stop all the problems that we created, right? I would turn around and leave and be like, y'all created these problems. Now you want me to solve them all? Nah. Because a lot of people, that's the only reason they worship these deities, is because they want something out of it. You know, I'm not saying everyone, but most people that I've known do it because they want to be saved or they want to go to heaven. There's something behind it. That's why they do it. It's not because it's good knowledge or they want to be a better person. But in my opinion, I don't really think you need a book to be a better person. That's all within yourself. If you want to be a good person, you're going to be a good person. You don't need a book to tell you that. But, and I'm not saying the book is worthless either. And so it all depends on who is breaking it down or who is speaking on it. If Jesus existed, I don't think he was any particular religion, man. He was just I think, let's say Jesus existed through his so-called writings. I think Jesus knew that he was the temple that God dwelled in. And he would tell people religion's full of shit. It's man-made. The Bible says God don't dwell in any of those man-made temples. That says it all, man. That's why you go sit in silence and meditate and look within. You get all the answers you need instead of like all these distractions, these preachers and all these man-written books. Ha! I say that too, Native. God, it definitely was some marijuana, a burning bush. Unless it was a chick with gonorrhea. Her bush was burning. You fucking crazy, Chuck. I know. You ever see this footage, Native? Check this out. I try to tell people this is true, but anyway. You remember this footage, Native? On 9/11?
Wow.
Now, I'm going to play it again, Native, but I'll wait to the end of the video. I'll tell you this. Where's the airplanes? And tell me when the airplane was supposed to come into play. Because they use this exact footage to overlay the plane footage with this footage.
Wow. That apparently does look like it is in the other building at this point. back off. They're telling us to back off.
Back off. That's too much truth. Back off. You're ruining our lives. They're all gonna laugh at you. So?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I remember when I seen the footage of the plane, I said, man, all planes that are in the airport have a logo on them. All of them. And when they're that low, you could see the plane logo. But these had no logo because they were CGI, alleged CGI inputs. And I used to argue with my friends, be like, but Chuck, there's phone calls, man. There's phone calls. That's proof. And I'd be like, man, you don't think they could? Come on, man. It's kind of disappointing when you start to realize, around my friends, I started to realize they weren't too intelligent. No disrespect. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm just saying what I'm saying when I'm saying it. Hollywood has contracts with the government. Hollywood has contracts with the military. Hollywood has contracts with NASA. The question is, who don't they have contracts with? Damn it. I don't know where all my pictures be going, but I downloaded this picture of what NASA was given. And it's more cartoons, man. It's 2025, and I have not seen any real footage. That's another fucking place that's taking all their tax money, is fucking NASA. You mean to tell me they got all these trillion-dollar telescopes and they're giving us cartoons still? Get the fuck out of here. It's fucking insane, dude. Fuck, man. Maybe I'll read out of my book here. My book is called Fuck the Government. I want to get this toy right here. Oh shit. I'm going to put that in the corner of my video. I think that's dope. I thought Old Dirty Bastard was awesome for putting his welfare card. And the reason why is because I grew up on welfare with my mom. And I hated going to the store with the paper food stamps. See, most people don't even know about the paper food stamps. The newer generations don't even have no idea what a paper food stamp is. And when I was growing up, I knew I should have kept one of those dollar bill food stamps, man. I want one. If I ever come across one, I want that shit. I know someone around the world or the US saved one, but they're gonna charge hella money for it. I've seen them selling on fucking eBay, the old school food stamps. I knew I should have saved one, man. I fucking knew it. But yeah, I remember when they replaced the the books of food stamps would fucking, I think they used to come in the mail, if I'm not mistaken. They either came in the mail or you had to go pick them up. I forgot. But back then they changed, I think they changed the books to the card so they could track, because people were just getting rid of their food stamp books like that and they couldn't track where they were going. Shit. I remember, man, there was this one store. I would go there with this chick and she would do whatever with her card. And this store has already got in trouble. I ain't gonna say the store's name or where it is or none of that, but what they would do is, let's say someone wanted to sell their whole card, right? They would do it in increments. And it worked for a while, but they got caught because what the state would do is send investigators out and they would go to your store, see how much money you're allegedly making, right? And then they would go in there. Some stores were dumb. They would barely have anything in there for you to buy, but they're grossing thousands and thousands of dollars a day. And there would be like nothing in these stores. And I would think to myself, what fucking idiots, man. You got to be smarter than that. So that's how they were catching people. And that's crazy. Nowadays, it's even easier. This was in like 2008. Let's see, what could I read? Hermetic herbalism and pharmacology. True witchcraft. How many pages is this fucking thing? Perfect. It says hermetic herbalism and pharmacology. The herbs of the fields were sacred to the early pagans, who believed that the gods had made plants for the cure of human ills. When properly prepared and applied, each root and shrub could be used for the elevation or alleviation of suffering. So when properly prepared and applied, each root and shrub could be used for the alleviation of suffering, or for the development of spiritual, mental, moral, or physical powers. In the mistletoe and its philosophy, P. Davidson pays the following beautiful tribute to the plants. Books have been written on the language of flowers and herbs. The poet from the earliest ages has held the sweetest and most loving converse with them. Kings are even glad to obtain their essence at second hand to perfume themselves. But to the true physician, nature's high priest, they speak in a far higher or more exalted strain. There is not a plant or mineral which has disclosed the last of its properties to the scientist. How can they feel confident that for every one of the discovered properties there may not be many powers concealed in the inner nature of the plant? Well, have flowers been called the stars of earth? And why should they not be beautiful? Have they not from the time of their birth smiled in the splendor of the sun by day, and slumbered under the brightness of the stars by night? Have they not come from another or more spiritual world to our earth, seeing that God made every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew? Many primitive peoples used herbal remedies with many remarkable cures. The Chinese, Egyptians, and American Indians cured with herbs diseases for which modern science knows no remedy. Dr. Nicholas Culpeper, yeah, what a name, Culpeper, whose useful life ended in 1654, was probably the most famous of herbalists, finding that the medical system of his day were unsatisfactory in the extreme. Culpeper turned his attention to the plants of the fields and discovered a medium of healing which gained for him national renown. In Dr. Culpeper's correlation of astrology and herbalism, each plant was under the jurisdiction of one of the planets or luminaries. He believed that disease was also controlled by celestial configurations. He summed up his system of treatment as follows. You may oppose diseases by herbs of the plant opposite to the plant that causes them. As diseases of Jupiter by herbs of Mercury, and the contrary. Diseases of the luminaries by the herbs of Saturn, and the contrary. Diseases of Mars by herbs of Venus, and the contrary. There is a way to cure diseases sometimes by sympathy, and so every plant cures his own disease, as the sun and moon by their herbs cure the eyes. Hold up. As the sun and moon by their herbs cure the eyes. Saturn the spleen, Jupiter the liver, Mars the gallbladder, and diseases of Mars the gall and diseases of choler, and Venus diseases in the instrument of generation, the complete herbal. Medieval European herbalist rediscovered only in the part the ancient hermetic secrets of Egypt and Greece. These earlier nations evolved the fundamentals of nearly all modern arts and sciences. At the time, the methods used in healing were among the secrets imparted to initiates of the mysteries. I think it says unctions, calaria, filters, and potions were concocted to the this word potions were concocted to the accompaniment of strange rites. I got to look that word up better. The effectiveness of these medicines is a matter of historical record. Incenses and perfumes were also much used. Barrett, in his Magus, describes the theory on which they worked as follows. For, because our spirit is the pure, subtle, lucid, airy, and unctuous vapor of the blood, nothing, therefore, is better adapted for It says collyriums, whatever that is, collyriums, than the like vapors, which are more suitable to our spirit and substance. For then, by reason of their likeness, they do more stir up, attract, and transform the spirit. What? Poisons were thoroughly studied, and in some communities, extracts of deadly herbs were administered to persons sentenced to death, as in the case of Socrates. The infamous Borgias of Italy developed the art of poisoning to its highest degree. Unnumbered brilliant men and women were quietly and efficiently disposed of by almost superhuman knowledge of chemistry, which for many centuries was preserved in the Borgia family. Egyptian priests discovered herb extracts by means of which temporary clairvoyance could be induced, and they made use of these during the initiatory rituals of their mysteries. The drugs were sometimes mixed with the food given to candidates, and at other times were presented in the form of sacred potions, the nature of which was explained. Shortly after the drugs were administered to him, the neophyte was attacked by a spell of dizziness. He found himself floating through space, and while his physical body was absolutely insensible, being guarded by priests that no ill should befall it, the candidate passed through a number of weird experiences, which he was able to relate after regaining consciousness. In the light of present-day knowledge, it is difficult to appreciate an art so highly developed that by means of draughts, perfumes, and incenses, any mental attitude desired could be induced almost instantaneously. Yet such an art actually existed among the priestcraft of the early pagan world. So is that why Christians say that's evil? Chemistry and all that? Because they don't even know nothing about it? It's not just Christians, though. It's other religions, too. Concerning this subject, H.P. Blavatsky, the foremost occultist of the 19th century, has written, "Plants also have like mystical properties in a most wonderful degree, and the secrets of the herbs of dreams and enchantments are only lost to European science, and useless to say, too, are unknown to it, except in the few marked instances, such as opium and hashish. Yet the physical effects of even these few upon the human system are regarded as evidence of a temporary mental disorder. The woman of Thessaly and Epirus, the female hierophants of the rites of Sabazius, did not carry their secrets away with the downfall of their sanctuaries. They are still preserved, and those who are aware of the nature of soma know the properties of other plants as well. Isis unveiled. Herbal compounds were used to cause temporary clairvoyance in connection with the oracles, especially the one at Delphi. Words spoken while in these imposed trances were regarded as prophetic. Modum mediums, while under control as the result of partly self-imposed catalepsy, give messages somewhat similar to those of the ancient prophets, but in the majority of cases, their results are far less accurate, for the soothsayers of today lack the knowledge of nature's hidden forces. True. The mysteries taught that during the higher degrees of initiation, the gods themselves took part in the instruction of candidates, or at least were present, which was in itself a benediction. As the deities dwelt in the invisible world and came only in their spiritual bodies, it was impossible for the neophyte to cognize them without the assistance of drugs, which stimulated the clairvoyant center of his consciousness, probably the pineal gland. Many initiates in the ancient mysteries stated emphatically that they had conversed with the immortals and had beheld the gods. When the standards of the pagans became corrupted, a division took place in the mysteries. The band of truly enlightened ones separated themselves from the rest, and preserving the most important of their secrets, vanished without leaving a trace. The rest slowly drifted like rudderless ships on the rocks of degeneracy and disintegration. With this disintegration, so some of the less important of the secret formula fell into the hands of the profane, who perverted them, as in the case of the Bacchanalia. I think that's how you say that. Bacchanalia, something like that. It's either Bacchanalia or Bacchanalia, during which drugs were mixed with wine and became the real cause of the orgies. Woohoo! When the standards of the pagans became, I already read that. In the certain parts of the earth, it was maintained that there were natural wells, springs, or fountains, in which the water, because of the minerals through which it coursed, was tinctured with sacred properties. Temples were often built near these spots, and in some cases, natural caves were chanced to be in the vicinity, were sacrificed to some deity. The aspirants to initiation, and those who came to request prophetic dreams of the gods, were prepared by a fast, more or less prolonged, after which they partook of meals expressly prepared, and also of mysterious drink, such as the water of Lethe and the water of Menacin. I think it's Menemicin, in the grotto of Trophonius. Man, in the grotto of Trophonius, or of the Scythian and the mysteries of the Eleusinian. Different drugs were easily mixed up with the meats or introduced into drinks according to the state of mind or body into which it was necessary to throw the recipient, and the nature of the visions he was desirous of procuring. The same author states that certain sects of the early Christianity were accused of using drugs for the same general purposes as the pagans. The sect of the Assassins, or the Yazidis, as they are more generally known, demonstrated a rather interesting aspect of the drug problem. In the 11th century, this order, by capturing the fortress of Mount Elamont, established itself at Iraq. Hussein Saba, the founder of the order, known as the Old Man of the Mountain, sounds like Methuselah, is suspected of having controlled his followers by the use of narcotics. Hassan made his followers believe that they were in paradise, where they would be forever if they implicitly obeyed him while they were alive. De Quincey, in his Confessions of an Opium Eater, described the peculiar psychological effects produced by this product of the poppy, and the use of a similar drug may have given rise to the idea of paradise which filled the minds of the Yazidis. The philosophers of all ages have taught that the visible universe was but a fractional part of the whole, and that by analogy, the physical body of man is in reality the least important part of the composite constitution. Most of the medical system of today almost entirely ignore the superphysical man. They pay but scant attention to causes and concentrate their efforts on ameliorating effects. Paracelsus, noting the same proclivity on the part of physicians during his day, aptly remarked, "There is a great difference between the power that removes the invisible causes of disease, and which is magic, and that which causes merely external effects to disappear, and which is psychic sorcery and quakery. Dis-ease is unnatural, and is evident that there is a maladjustment within or between organs or tissues. Permanent health cannot be regained until harmony is restored." That's why you need a harmony would be restored when you get an oscillator. The outstanding virtue of Hermetic medicine was its recognition of spiritual and psychophysical derangements as being largely responsible for the condition which is called physical disease. Suggestive therapy was used with marked success by the priest physicians of the ancient world. Among the American Indians, the shamans or medicine men dispelled sickness with the aid of mysterious dances, invocations, and charms. The fact that in spite of their ignorance of modern methods of medicinal treatment, these sorcerers effected innumerable curses is well worthy of consideration. I don't know. He's trying to say the American Indians were ignorant of modern methods of medicinal treatment. I don't think so. I just wanted to read that little chapter. That's from the Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hollisis. Gotta love water. In the glass mason jar. I even got a mason jar because Chuck's a mason. Life is like a box of dildos. What's up, Bex? Who else came in here while I was reading? Kimba. Man, nobody don't come chill no more. Like I always say, I don't have a problem with anyone. I think people have a problem with moi. And like I said yesterday, I didn't even get an explanation. Not from people here, but well, yeah, maybe one or two, but mostly everyone I'm talking about don't even come here no more, period. It's been a long time. I was gonna ask Soama why. I got no problems with Soama. I got nothing but love for Soama. But she had her sister was her sister had passed away on Valentine's Day. And man, that sucks, man. But in reality, you know, I hated when people told me that, but it's true. At least they're not suffering no more. Shit. Anyway, is anyone coming up or no? Kimba, somebody, let me know. Because if not, I'm going to end this soon. See, lay down a verse today. I got to get that verse done for the song me and Hurricane got, or I don't know how I'm going to set the song up, but I had a verse written and I tried to flow it to the beat, and it's like the way Hurricane comes in with his verse, it's fast. You ever heard the Micro Machine Man speak? Well, that's how fast Hurricane's going. And I gotta match the energy of the song's gonna sound off. But I might match the energy by slowing it down. The fuck? Somebody texted me about an Easy Pass renewal. I don't got no fucking Easy Pass. What's wrong with these people? If it was easy to pass, you wouldn't have to pay for it. That's another thing. How are we being taxed at a toll when we're already taxed? It's crazy, man. Like, why do I thought we're in a free country, I gotta pay a toll to line the mayor's pockets? Because it ain't going to our streets. Who remembers that day I was walking up the street and I showed the sidewalk? And I was complaining how the city didn't do the sidewalks. And by the time I got to the store and came back, it was like they were watching my channel. The city was out there with a dump truck and a bobcat cleaning it up. Like they were watching my channel because I started to say I should fall and sue them. And then all of a sudden they were out here. That's weird. It's fucking weird, man. I love this thing in the background. I'm going to take myself off the screen and look at this thing in the background. That's dope. I love that thing. Well, I guess since no one's coming up, Joe Walsh. I am going to exit. Naga said in one of these videos he posted, the only way to get control is to lose control. That's something like that said in the book of Sun Tzu, where he said the only way to confuse your enemy is to confuse yourself. But yeah, man, I'm out, man. Thanks for coming through. I would stay longer, but I'm tired of talking and people ain't coming up. So I'll probably go live later maybe. But yeah, peace out, everyone. Have a balanced day, like Jay Hyten says.